Only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Yeah. Only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Only thing that's saving you.
Everybody, happy Friday. Today is January 10th out here in Atlanta, and it is a snow day. I am super excited about it, low key, even though I'm not going to be outside in it. But I'm happy because, it just kind of gives those cozy, warm vibes, and it's exciting to see snow outside. We don't get it often, and when we do, sometimes it's just snow flurries or it's like it doesn't stick. Look at that. Like, it's pretty thick out there, covering everything. Granted, I don't think I was anticipating it snowing last night. I think I was expecting it to start snowing today, but when I woke up this morning, we were in for a surprise. So yeah, basically today I'm getting ready to prepare to go on a trip. I'm going on a cruise to Mexico with my parents, and we are leaving tomorrow. Going to Port Canaveral, and going to be gone for about 5 days. So this is going to be like a very relaxing and reset type of trip. I don't expect to do too much, but of course I'm going to take y'all along for the ride. Today I still need to pack my bag and wash clothes, like do a little bit of tying up some loose ends type of thing. So basically, that's what I'm going to be doing all day today. Given the weather conditions, there's no school, there's no work for me, and I'm happy about that because it gives me much more time to get things done that I didn't get done yesterday or earlier in the week. Mind you, for my past cruise in August, I was already packed by now, but your girl been slipping. I don't know, just this time I just felt like I was just taking my time. Like, not saying not much thought went into this. Like, for instance, outfit wise, I was more particular about that in August when I went with my friends. This trip, because like, of course I'm getting content, but I'm not really focused on fits per se. Like, I think that's why I'm not as worried or rushing to pack and make sure everything's everything. Um, I've already kind of separated my outfits like for each day or potential things that I'm going to wear each day. Now it's just a matter of me packing my toiletries and putting those outfits in the suitcase and organizing them, and making sure everything fits down in that one bag. Basically, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. Not doing too much, just like I said, doing some last minute chores and tying some loose ends. I'm going to wash clothes in a few minutes, make me some coffee, the whole morning routine. And yeah, that's pretty much what my day is going to consist of. I'm not doing too much. I really am not trying to be out in the weather, have no reason to be. The only time I'm really going outside is to go to my parents' house because I'm going to spend the night with them this evening. So when we get ready to go to the airport, we're all together. Nobody's waiting on me. I'm not waiting on them. We're just all going to leave at the same time. We have a car coming to get us like 6 o'clock in the morning, take us to the airport. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have going on for today. Of course, I'm going to record me packing my outfits. I really thought about doing like a try on for the things that I'm doing, but like I said, it'll mainly be for like, if I do it, it'll mainly be for like the newer pieces. I don't know. This trip is not giving like I'm real hell bent on the outfits per se. Like, again, I have like a super specific and cute outfit that I plan on wearing in Mexico. But it's not like I really just planned these fits. Like I said, this is a real chill cruise. I don't anticipate us doing like any excursions that require a lot. If anything, it'll be more like a tour type of vibe, or just a walking on the beach or just exploring the city. My parents are a little older. They're not old, but given that, they're not going to be no ATV riding, no scuba diving, snorkeling, or whatever else they be having out there for excursion options. So I don't expect to do that. So I can keep it real cute and simple for this cruise, like I said. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get away, honestly. So I don't know how long this weather is going to last. Hopefully it doesn't get worse where I just, the roads are pretty bad from what I'm hearing, but I can only hope that it kind of, declines as the day goes on especially tomorrow, because I don't want anything to impact my flight. But yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad because, Georgia, I don't know, it's just hit or miss when it comes to weather. And if you know, because 1 minute is 70-degree weather, the next minute it's this outside. So you really don't know what to expect, what to anticipate the weather to be like as the day progresses, or really tomorrow. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get my day started, make me some coffee, and start packing. out in the elements, freezing cold. I gotta take my rental back. I'm gonna drop it off at Enterprise, run with my cousin to the store, and then I am going to head to my folks' house, and I'm in for the day. Ooh. Y'all, when I tell you it's freezing cold. Freezing cold. So I don't know if there are any stores open, but I'm hoping. There's at least one. We called Publix. They weren't open, or at least no one answered. So now we are just going on an adventure, child. I'm gonna drop the car off first, though. I don't do the element, y'all. Don't do the elements. But yeah, I'll catch back up with y'all when I get where I'm going. So y'all, you know how earlier in this video I said, oh yeah, a limo service is supposed to come get us like 6:30 in the morning, take us to the airport. Child, they canceled on us. The weather got everybody in Atlanta shook, which is understandable because we're not used to that and they don't really know how to drive in those type of conditions. So better safe than sorry. I respect it. But not only did they cancel, our flight got canceled. I had already arranged for an Uber to come get us, but I had to cancel that too because there's no point of that if we can't go on the airplane. So we got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, packed all our stuff in the car, and headed down the road. Luckily, the roads were not bad. Traffic was pretty much non-existent because nobody was out there in it and up that early. We left the house no later than 5 o'clock, made about one stop pretty much the whole way there. It's roughly like a 6.5 hour drive from where we are to Orlando. The drive was not bad. We got to Orlando and at Port Canaveral around 12:30ish. So there was just a lot of obstacles we had to overcome. But you know what? We made it, and I'm super glad we did. But when I tell you, it was just one thing after another. And if I had not woken up at 3:30, I want to say, because I got the notification from Delta like at 3 o'clock. They had canceled it and moved the flight to 6 o'clock in the evening, which was a no-go. So glad I caught that, woke everybody up, and we got on down the road. And you can see us here at the port. Here we are boarding the Voyager of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. This ship is huge, you all. Later on, I'll show what the ship looks like on the water once we get off onto the port. But yes, we got to our rooms. We got a suite with a balcony. It was very nice. The staff was amazing. Always kept up with us in our towels and accommodations. Pretty much, I think I like the suite better than our traditional room. Definitely a lot more space, closet space, room space in general. That blue sofa in the corner does pull out into a bed that can sleep two people as well. So yes, I was able to share a room comfortably with my parents without feeling like we were on top of each other. Here in this clip is like the main promenade area where a lot of the little events or main things that's going on the ship kind of happen. And then it's one of the places where there's like a cafe. You can get coffee, ice cream, pizza from like 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, it's really awesome. As you can see, this place is typically the most crowded because this is where a lot of the shops are and the foot traffic are. Compared to the other ship that I was on with Royal Caribbean Grandeur of the Seas back in August, this ship I kind of like the theme or the aesthetics of it a little better. The layout I prefer with Grandeur of the Seas, but it's still awesome. So here in this clip, you can see us watching an ice skating show. I want to say this was like the first night that we were there, or the second night, one of the two. But y'all, I was so surprised that they had an ice skating rink on this ship because, again, I've been on 3 cruises prior to this and never seen anything like it before. They did amazing as far as like the performance, the choreography, the whole nine. Like, I was very impressed. And on the 4th day, the day at sea, you could actually come in here and ice skate if you wanted to. I don't know how to ice skate. I'm not good at it. I only did it once when I was a child, so that wasn't really my cup of tea, but I thought it was really cool that that was an option offered. Now, granted, I don't know that if this was like one of those performances and setups on the cruise ship because it's January and it's still wintertime, or is this like a standing thing that they have on this particular ship? Because granted, you know, the ships have different theaters and locations for shows on the boat. And this was in Studio B. And I've never seen them transform it to anything else outside of just the ice skating. So that's why I said I don't know if this is just like a set in stone thing that they offer on the ship as far as performances go, or is it just something because, you know, it's January and they just wanted to do something as it relates to it being wintertime. But as you can see, this was a whole production. They were doing all kinds of flips and tricks on here, very much engaged with the crowd, and we really enjoyed it. One thing I will say about the shows here, you would need to get there early. Seats do have a tendency to fill up, especially if it's one of the earlier shows. I say that because, for instance, this show and others on the ship, they might have two separate times in which they are doing the performance. So like maybe 7 o'clock and another one at 9. The 7 o'clock one, I'm sure will fill up faster because by 9 o'clock, people are trying to eat dinner or do other things or wind down. So it might not be as crowded as the 7 o'clock show. But here, we're actually standing up. We're not even sitting down because we got to the show a little late. The shows aren't typically long. They're about 45 minutes, which is a good amount of time, you know, to really have an experience and, you know, enjoy something and have something to do. But look at this. I mean, everything from the costumes and, like I said, the tricks, the lighting. I mean, it's a real production. So I thought it was super cool. But yeah, like I said, the shows are awesome, and I just highly suggest getting there early if you want to get good seats, if you're real particular about if, you know, you sit in the front or not. But yeah.
Tell me, mama, please, why you be drinking all the time? Cause all the pain he brought you still linger in your mind. Cause pain still lingers on mine. On the road to riches, listen, this is what you find. The good news is, nigga, you came a long way. Bad news is, nigga, you went the wrong way. Being broke is better, life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
So by this time after the shows, I got me a little drinky drink, and then we headed out to the next theater. This was one of the theaters that a lot of the performances took place, the Broadway performances, bingo, and this show right here, Love and Marriage, which I absolutely loved in the previous cruise. They picked the oldest married couple, the newlyweds, and then like a couple who's been married like in between, and they asked them questions to see if they really know their partner. I think it's based off an actual TV show that used to come on back in the day before my time. But the audience was great, the host was even greater, and we just had a good time. So now after we left the show, we went to dinner at the formal dining area. I had linguine and then the lobster tail. This right here is apple cobbler with a scoop of ice cream. Everything was really good. One thing about them is if you don't like something, you can always send it back. They'll exchange it for something else on the menu. You can get more of something. Like I got calamari one night. This might have been the day I got calamari, honestly. Escargot, and if it's something I liked, I got more of it. Each night kind of had a different theme as far as food goes, like Italian night, Caribbean night, and a taste of France. And then we went to another show on the boat, more so like a Broadway production. This also took place in that theater I just mentioned and showed you all. Right now, what you're looking at is the Voyager of the Seas Orchestra, who was also very, very amazing. Everything is really big and grand on this ship, I will say. Everything's a production. And like I said, this was more like a Broadway musical thing, if you're into that kind of stuff. These performers put on multiple shows a night, different themes. So it was magical. So, for the second day, it was our day at sea. We didn't do too much. We just chilled on the beach. Look at these views. Let's start there on the balcony. Very beautiful, very relaxing, very much a vibe. So on day 2, I decided to go to the casino. Like I said, as many times I've been on a cruise, I've gone into the casino but never actually played the machines, or definitely never sat at no table because I don't know what I'm doing. So right here, my dad's kind of showing me how to play the little slot machines. This was like the 88-cent ones. They had one like, you bet $1. And I started off not having no luck. It's really a sign-in. So I had one nice guy, like an older couple, him and his wife, kind of give me like little tidbits of what machines to play and what to do. And I took their advice, and I definitely hopped on the machines that they suggested later on that day, because I came back after this little tutorial my dad was giving me. And I came back later that evening, and I actually got lucky and was winning some money. Now, I didn't win a whole bunch of money like some of the other folks, but I won like over $200, close to $300. So here I am on the slot machine trying to put my little $20 in and play the slot machines. Now, I can see how people get caught up in here and stay here for hours and hours and lose a lot of money. I definitely could see how it's done. But as for me, I gave myself limits. Once I got down to a certain amount, I had to leave. There's no way I was about to sit here and lose all my money at these machines. It just wasn't worth it, but definitely was a good experience to say that I did it. I definitely would go back. Even if it's not on a cruise ship, I would probably go to a regular casino and just, play the machines like I did here. It's fun. Definitely have to have self-control. You win some, you lose some. It's one of those type of things. But yeah, here I am trying my luck. And I want to say, I don't even know how much money I put into this, like at least $100. But the goal, of course, is to make that money back and some. So if you get lucky and, make a couple $100, please cash out. If you're a risk taker, by all means. But me, I'm not that adventurous. Once I see that I'm on a lucky winning streak, and when it starts going downhill, I just go ahead and cash out, get my voucher. Now, this machine here is when I got most of my money. See, right now, I think I put like $20 in, and I'm up to like $55.64. This is one of the machines I told you that nice man told me about. And I stayed at this machine and kept coming back to it throughout the trip. Now, look at that money going up. I was so shook, y'all. I was so shook. Look how much money I made. Definitely have my little self hyped. This is me about to go cash out, get my money. So I made $70 and I cashed out $120, cashed out $30, cashed out. And I definitely came back after this. So it was definitely an experience. My folks was hyping me up. I had to document this child, because for it to be my first time in a casino and I got lucky like that, man. I have seen people in there sitting right next to me make like $1,500. I had one guy win close to $3,000. Like, it was baffling. Like, oh my God. But me and my little couple $100.
Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing. No such thing. Heart beating fast, let a nigga know that he alive. Fake niggas mad, snakes in the grass, let a nigga know that he arrived. Don't be sleeping on your level, cause it's beauty in the struggle, nigga. struggle. Yeah. It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words and listen to my signal of distress. I grew up in the city and know sometimes we had less. Compared to some of my niggas down the block, man, we were blessed. And life can't be no fairy tale, no once upon a time. But I be goddamn if a nigga don't be trying. So tell me, mama, please, why you be drinking all the time? Cause all the pain he brought you still linger in your mind. Cause pain still lingers on mine. On the road to riches, listen, this is what you'll find. The good news is, nigga, you came a long way. The bad news is, nigga, you went the wrong way. Being broke is better, life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Think being broke is better, life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. For what's money without happiness? Or hard times without the people you love? Though I'm not sure what's about to happen next. I ask for strength from the Lord above, cause I've been strong so far, but I can feel my grip loosening. Quick, do something before you lose it for good. Get it back and use it for good, and touch the people how you did like before. I'm tired of living with demons cause they always inviting more. Think being broke was better. Now I don't mean that phrase with no disrespect to all my niggas out there living in debt, cashing minimal checks, on the TV.
As you can see, y'all, if you can't already tell, we are in the beautiful Cozumel. We have made it past the port area and we're now in the downtown area and close to the beach. I mean, the water, it just speaks for itself. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right now, in these next clips, you'll see us on a tour. And we had a phenomenal tour guide, Isaac. He brought us to the downtown area, as you can see here, and allowed us to make like 2 stops. The first stop here in the city, where he took us and gave us a little history of a few areas. And we had an opportunity to go by and look at the shops that were around. I absolutely loved it. A lot of the handmade items were very beautiful. I actually purchased a coffee mug, a ceramic coffee mug that had painted flowers on it and the words Cozumel on it. So that was a very nice souvenir to bring back home. As you can see, they have literally everything. Shirts, jackets, hats, shoes. They even had, of course, like the regular keychains, things with your name on it or your favorite football team, basketball team, whatever it is, you name it, they had it of some variety. I will say it could be a little overwhelming because, you know, a lot of people coming at you trying to get you to come shop with them and buy their items. But overall, the experience was great. I personally love coming into these shops to hear people's stories, to see all the things that they took time and effort to actually make with their own hands. It's beautiful. In this clip here, we're actually at a tequila tasting. So this was our second stop at the tour. We were able to taste like 5 different tequilas, all made in Cozumel, 100%. So this is the real deal stuff, y'all. I mean, age, some of them 5 to 10 years, some even longer than that, up to 20 years. And it's just like, whoa. So the first one, it had a kick to it. I'm not gonna lie. My dad tried it and it got him coughing. So they let us do like a little cheers. We repeated after them. And hey, took that thing to the head. I will say, I actually purchased some tequila after this. One of them, well, actually several of them, I actually loved. The first one was like a regular traditional tequila, didn't have any like special flavors. The second one was a coconut one, and I like coconut. I'm a big pina colada fan, coconut, pineapple. I love all of those types of flavors. So I fell in love with that, and that's actually the one I bought and brought home with me. It was very smooth, very sweet. The third one we had was a mango flavored one. Also very good, not strong, really didn't have no kind of kick. Like most people might need a chaser after a shot. I mean, to me, you wouldn't need one for the second and third one. Very fruity, very sweet. The fourth one was a coffee one. I'm a big coffee girl, so this one was, oh my God, it was so good, y'all. I actually was going to purchase that one and the coconut one because they just were both so good. And it smelled awesome. I think like the small bottles were like $65, and then the bigger ones I want to say like $95, which are all pretty decent prices for some pure tequila from Mexico. I mean, you could spend that much, if not more, at a liquor store for some Hennessy. So I'm just, I'm not complaining as far as the price goes. But they were really informative about the process of the tequila making, and they were all smooth to me, and they weren't, I don't know that all of them were necessarily chilled or not. Some of them taste kind of room temperature, but I don't know if it's just me that when I take a shot, if it's chilled, to me, it goes down smoother. So even with some of them at seemingly room temperature, they were great, and they were easy to go down. No chaser needed. Didn't have like no extra bite to it. So yes, we had the regular one, like I said, the coconut, the mango, the coffee one. I was about to say espresso, but I think they just called it coffee, and that would remind me of like Bailey's. The last one, I can't remember exactly what that was. Part of me wants to say it was another fruity one. I don't know if it was pineapple or what. I could be making that up. I can't remember, but it was at least 4 or 5 different ones. I might be missing one. And mistakenly giving it the wrong flavor. But that's neither here nor there. The whole experience was awesome. That might have taken like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, if that, to really do that tequila tasting. And like I said, they give you opportunity to buy it if you would like before they move on to the next part of the tour, which is the beach. And again, to experience the sand between my toes and these views, oh my God, you cannot tell me there's not a God. I love it. I love the beach. I love it when it's clean, the water's clear. It just gives a different vibe. So here you can see me just enjoying it. In these last few clips, this was the end of our tour. We had just made it back from the beach to the downtown area. We had an opportunity to visit the church that Isaac, our tour guide, was telling us about. I want to say the church is maybe like 65 years old, relatively young church. It is Catholic faith-based, and it was very beautiful on the inside. So this is like a staple in that community where people come to go fellowship. And yeah, I got a few clips before we had to hurry up and get back on the bus to go back to the port. But nonetheless, it was very, very interesting to see the different artifacts on the inside. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2.
Tell me, mama, please, why you be drinking all the time? 'Cause all the pain he brought you still linger in your mind. 'Cause pain still lingers on mine. On the road to riches, listen, this is what you find. The good news is, nigga, you came a long way. The bad news is, nigga, you went the wrong way. Being broke is better. Like that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Think being broke is better. Like that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. For what's money without happiness, or hard times without the people you love. Though I'm not sure what's about to happen next, I ask for strength from the Lord up above, cause I've been strong so far, but I can feel my grip loosening. Quick, do something before you lose it for good. Get it back and use it for good, and touch the people how you did like before. I'm tired of living with demons cause they always inviting more. Think being broke was better. Now I don't mean that phrase with no disrespect to all my niggas out there living in debt, cashing minimal checks. Turn on the TV, see a nigga Rolex, and fantasize about a life with no stress. I mean this shit sincerely. And as a nigga who was once in your shoes, living with nothing to lose, I hope one day you hear me. Always gonna be a bigger house somewhere, but nigga feel me. Long as the people in that motherfucker love you dearly. Always gonna be a whip that's better than the one you got. Always gonna be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock. Always gonna be a bitch that's better out there on the tours, but you ain't never gonna be happy till you love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love
No such thing, no such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Heart beating fast, let a nigga know that he alive. Fake niggas mad, snakes in the grass, let a nigga know that he arrived.